So we're at the dead end road in Utica. At the end of the road here. And so we're leaving Utica. My battery ran out right at the end of Utica. Coming into where we ended the original series when we started a couple summers ago floating, or last year we floated. We were camping at Doc Marshall's field right here. My parents helped mow it. We were at our camp. We were able to float right into our campsite. This is where Mill Creek meets French Creek, the confluence here of Mill Creek and French Creek. Spring-fed little creek, feeds into French Creek, right in Utica, creating a large valley. Little white water here. Coming through some riffles. Right in there is where we camped last year. Started the season off with a kayak trip into the campground. Private campsite. What's that? Yeah, last year. And this year.
In May.
I'm going left to check out this guy's cabin.
So you know, this is called Skeleton Island, coming up here.
Go left?
Yeah.
Some lady jumped off one of the bridges in Meadville back in the 1800s, and this is where they finally found her bones. So it's called Skeleton Island, and a lot of deer that get hit, get into the creek. You see different places where bones are up on this island.
There's somebody camping on the island. Hill, there's someone camp with a tent.
I see. Should we not go that way?
Yeah.
I think it's that guy.
Or is that the cabin?
No, that's not the cabin, but I think that guy probably put it up. Maybe his kids go over there.
How often does the railroad hit
One will come through every once in a while. Not very much.
You see that giant stump you're headed for, right? As kids, we would camp on these islands. Me and my friend Jesse and Jason. Huh? Yeah. Here's that cabin. A guy apparently bought these islands and built a cabin on it, or bought one of the islands. I was under the impression that you couldn't own islands in creeks and rivers, but apparently you can. I thought it was free for anybody to use and camp on. Seems like the natural thing to do. Kind of like the first state national park system. Islands. What's that? Did he not come down? He's right there. We can, or we can go straight. Doesn't look like he completed the cabin. Doesn't look like he finished it.
No, he got shut down.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
By who?
DEP.
Oh, yeah? So now there's just a condemned property on one of the islands. What, did they finally say you can't own an island?
You can own an island, but
I thought it was the EPA, because there's like protected,
yeah,
species
not
on
the
it.
DEP, the EPA. You're right.
There's like protected
Because
plant species. and
they
stuff.
had no toilet facilities. They had to, all that human extraction.
Excrement.
Yeah, we will eventually flush into the creek, and they're like, you can't, you know, you can't even put a holding tank out here. It's not like you can get something over there to pump it out, you know.
Right.
Probably somebody.
That had to have got flooded when all that rain.
I don't know.
Which way we going here, left or right?
You could go either way today. Want to go down left, hug the left?
Yeah,
Wait a minute, is that a
there's a down log there.
log the whole way across there?
No, it's not the whole way.
Yeah, it is. It's underwater.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that log. That log's been there a long time.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, it's pretty well across the whole.
Yeah. I mean, we could sit and scoot across it at this level, but
This is actually a series of islands in here. There's channels that cut in between. It's not one big island. It's a series of islands. But these log jams you see here, this is the reason why the Erie Canal never really took off on French Creek. Because every spring they would have to cut all this stuff out of here to be able to get the barges down. And shortly after it was mostly built, the trains became prevalent.
you can see the rail line running along here. We were talking about earlier. Train comes through only once every week or so now, but back when Oil City had a lot of refineries, there was a lot more oil tankers coming through here. That's mainly what runs on this rail line is oil tankers. Not many.
Ran north to meet Meadville, and from Meadville to Erie, and from Erie they could Erie trains ran all over. Coming up just below you here, this chunk of ground sticking out, that was a dam, the Erie Canal Dam. You can see the big stones, and here you can actually see where the earth and dam was. You can see it running out onto the edge of the creek. And the owner of that property is French Rick Kayak. You want to run a kayak, you can run it. They'll run you up.
That's right, French Creek Kayaks.